Hey, Joe. What's up?
Hi, Dre. I'm just working on my star contest, my perfect star monthly tracking.
Way to go. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think I got to get on the ball. I don't know if I've done it, I don't even have a copy. Shoot.
Oh, girl, you better go on Facebook and get it because, yeah, go on Facebook and get it. As a matter of fact, pull it up right now because, last month I actually gold medal.
You know what? I was going to ask if it helps. So you think that tracking this stuff is actually helpful?
Absolutely, because here, let me pull out the clean one. Because
Sorry.
you've got all your names that you write down here. You've got what your sales goal is, what I'm going for this month. You can tell by my lei that I have on and my beachy hair.
Ooh, working on Hawaii. Okay,
I am focusing on Hawaii, but first I'm focusing on San Diego this month because I'm coming there.
I love that.
So I'm focusing on beachy, beachy, beachy. I have my sparkly shirt on because heaven forbid I'm not.
Look, I got my sparkly shirt on too.
Oh, we have sparkle shirts on.
Sparkle day, sparkle day. Okay, what just happened? I'm at the shite page. Tell me where I'm going to find our tracking sheet.
So go to files.
Okay.
Click on it.
I tell you, we're a little slow on my computer today.
Okay, and then go down where it says Shite Stars Tracking Sheets.
Oh, it's that easy.
Yeah, and then you just print it off.
All right, so, okay, so you think that me being aware of what I'm working towards is going to help?
Yeah, I think focusing on, your own personal sales, because that's what's going to get you to Star Consultant. That's what's going to get you on Quarter Sales. It's going to get you inspired to do the faces. When you know what your number is and what you're going for, you'll be a lot more focused. And you won't be thinking, well, I sold $400 last week, so I'm done for the month. Well, not if your sales goal is 1,000 that month.
Right.
So write it down, and even if you don't reach it, you'll come closer if you write it down. I can't show you because it's behind the camera, but right behind my camera that I look at constantly is tracking the Hawaii Top Director trip. And so even when I'm not looking at it and looking at the numbers, my mind subconsciously is looking at it. So go to the second page because that's really my favorite page because it talks about how many interviews and my goal this month for interviews, parties, faces, my goal this month. And then go up just a little bit to the bottom of the first page again.
Okay.
Just scroll up a little bit. There you go. That star day tracking is really important too. That shows consistency. And you'll see there that when you complete 13 days, you get a prize from your director. And if you complete 26 days, you get an even double big prize from your director. And the main thing is take a picture of this and send it to your director on the first of every month. Now, when you send it to her on the first of the month, it's not for that month. It's for the month prior. So on August 1st, you turn in July. On September 1st, you turn in August. Eugenia actually called me and said, do I turn in what my goals are going to be for August or what I did in July? And I said, you turn in what you did in July.
Perfect.
Yay.
So the perfect three, they are going to get 1 star, but when are they going to get a star bar? Or the perfect 6, the perfect 10? Maybe I should go up on this page.
Yeah, so when you, the way you earn your star bar is when you complete perfect 10 or 6, perfect 10 or perfect 6, or 3 months of perfect 3, and you get your star bar. Now, some of y'all may already have your star bar. That's fine. Get a second one. Have one on your beauty coat. Have one that you carry in your car and you put on your jacket for work or wherever you go. The nice thing about the star bar, and this is one of our favorite things about it, is that it doesn't have a logo on it. It doesn't advertise anything. It just blinks. And people will ask you about it, and that gets them to talk to you about it. And then you can see with the perfect 10, the perfect 6, the perfect 3, what's required and what you get for that. And so a lot of y'all will be looking in your August newsletter that we'll have out, probably in about 3 days. It's July news, August newsletter, July recognition. You'll see who all did that. And then a star day, scroll down just a tiny bit, Dre. I can look at mine. A star day is doing 3 of the 7 items for a win. Sell one item, book a party or facial, hold a party or facial, share the Mary Kay marketing plan, get 5 new contacts, attend a Mary Kay meeting or training, this counts, or watch or listen to an MK training message or class, which this counts. So they do 3 of those, and that's a star day, and they track that. And as they're tracking it, they're just going to build and build and build their business. So exciting.
Well, and I like how this is basically, you know, today being the, what is today? Today is the 5th. Today's the 5th. So if I was to hold a party, I'd put a C. And then if I'm only doing F and G and maybe an A, I might be being a little bit easy. So it allows me to see how I can up my game a little.
Right.
And not just have a win, but have a win that makes much more impact.
Well, the other day I got a Voxer from one of my unit members, and she's like, I'm so excited. I sold a 3D set today. And I'm thinking, if you do 2 more things on this list, you've just had a star day. So I know it's going to take you guys a little bit longer to catch on to this than Andrea's unit, because Andrea's unit has been doing this for a long time. But you guys, it's all about the consistency. And you know, even whether you're a D or I or S or C, no matter what you're doing, when you're doing that discipline, dedication, and determination, and you're creating that discipline in your business, well, then that's where it all comes from. And, you know, a gold medal, you guys, gold medals are a pretty big deal. I mean, bronze is 3, silver is 4, gold is 5. With the gold medal, Andrea's going to show you the time that I get.
Oh, yeah.
Onto the bracelet. And, you know, you get your name in the Applause magazine. You get a signed letter from the president of U.S. Sales. I've already gotten an email from the company saying, congratulations, you're building. I mean, it's like, wow.
How many have you had? In
gold medals?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm speaking on Saturday at the Breakfast of Champions here in Arizona. I almost said New Jersey. In Arizona. And they wanted to know how many medals I've had. And I'm like, I would have to call the company. I really don't know. Every time I start to kind of feel a lull, like, what can I do? What can I do to really ramp up my business? I just say, I'm going to do a perfect start.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to turn it into a power start, and I'm going to get a gold medal out of it. Now, why don't I work like that every month? That's the goal this year.
Well, you know, I got to say hats off to you, because you were enjoying your amazing anniversary vacation in the month of July. You turned everything off, which is so important. We need to be able to do that. Yes. And because you work with intentionality and focus, you came back and took advantage of this double credit. I mean, I'm so proud of you. But I think personally, I'd like to know how you did it. And I think it's also because you did work earlier than July. So,
right. In April, May, and June, I was focusing on 30 faces a month. Yeah. And, you know, as directors, we don't always tell you exactly what we're doing, because we never want to feel like we're competing with our unit or competing with each other. We respect each other's businesses, and you only compete with yourself. But in April, May, and June, I really focused on the 30 faces a month. And so I had some names to work with. I also send out a birthday message, it's like messenger through Facebook, but I send a birthday text out when customers pop up, or not customers, when friends pop up and it's their birthday. I send them a quick message through Messenger that just says, hey, Andrea, I see that it's your birthday this month, and celebrating 25 years, now it's 26 years in Mary Kay, I would like to offer you a $25 discount off of any purchase you'd like to make from Mary Kay. Here's my website, shop till you drop, happy birthday. And so I've had people respond to that. And one of the women who responded to that just in the last few months, she started using the product. She ordered a ton of products and started using the products, and she ordered more. Then she ordered more. And then we started talking, and with double credit, it really lit a fire under me. I mean, it got me really excited. And I'm like, I only have like 5 or 6 days in July that I can really work out in the field, because I was on vacation till the 9th and then in total recovery on the 10th. And then we left for seminar. So I just reached out to people, and I didn't hold back. I just said, you know what? The company's doing this really cool thing right now. We have doubled our bonuses for new consultants. And what I said to her in particular was, you know, I know you love your career, you're very successful, but have you ever considered a plan B? And what are you doing to get ready for retirement? Now, retirement's a long way off for her. But people don't think that way these days. And she goes, you know, I never really thought about that. So we've kind of been talking about how she can kick off her business and what she's going to be doing. And at first it was, well, I'll just do it for personal use. And now it's like, well, I think I'm ready to have some parties. So you guys, you never know. And then I had 4 other people come in, but what was even more exciting was I didn't just reach out to 5 people, Andrea.
Yeah,
I reached out to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a few say, you know what, thank you so much for sharing with me that Mary Kay has all this going on, but I'd rather just continue being your customer. And then I had 3 more that I'm talking to in the next couple of days that said, you know what, I want to talk to you in August. So my plan is to gold medal again this month based on the momentum from July.
Well, it makes sense. And because you were focused on Power Start Plus earlier in the year, this is really how, you know, I think some people think, oh, you're so lucky. Luck is spelled W-O-R-K. And you've been a great example of making sure that you are consistent, but in having more numbers. You can't expect to be a DIQ if you're only having 5 faces in a month or 1 party a month.
Well, I mean, we heard it at seminar. It's 30 faces by the 15th if you really want to be a Cadillac director. 30 faces by the 15th. And you can't stop until you have 100 team members. So we keep focusing on 24, you know, go in with 8 and build to 24. And I think we've got to take the binders off our brain.
Yeah.
Take the girdle off our brain and start thinking, you know, why wouldn't I want to share this business with 15 people a month? Why wouldn't I want to put the products on 30 faces a month? You know, when you think about it, 3 parties of 10 or 10 parties of 3 or 6 parties of 5 or 5 parties of 6, it's never going to be more than about 20 hours a week. And when you think about it, wait a minute, if I did 10 faces a week, I mean, really focused on 10 faces a week, solid faces, and did marketing with them and said, you know, here's our shy peek into pink. Here's these marketing calls. Here's this. If you use the tools and quit trying to reinvent the wheel, you know, we spend all this time looking up the next video or the next this or reinventing the wheel. Stop it. Stop the madness. Use the tools that we're providing on Superstars Facebook page. Use the tools that Mary Kay's providing and work. Get off the computer and work. Okay, I'm off my soapbox.
Well, no, I think it's so great because okay, so I got to get my board because I've got something I want to share because what I just heard you say is you've got to think about parties. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm a brand new consultant who's had 1 face or maybe 5 faces and some people said no thank you and some people didn't show up, I'm starting to get a little upset or sad. I'm starting to think there's something wrong with me. Problem number 1, don't ever think it's something wrong with you. But then the second thing is now I'm getting scared. Now I'm thinking it's hard. And so I sort of been working about some of that stuff. Have you heard about my mind shift?
Oh my word. If they are not doing your 21-day mind shift, when it pops up on my phone, if I'm anywhere near my phone and it pops up, I'm like, boom, gotta watch Andrea.
Yay!
And you know what? I love it that you're so real. Sometimes you have no makeup on. Sometimes you're coming straight from the gym. Sometimes you're on your bicycle. Sometimes you're dressed for the next appointment. And you know what, guys? That's how we learn in Mary Kay. We pop in a CD. Quit listening to the music on the radio and stuff. Pop in that CD. We watch a video if we have some downtime. You're folding laundry, turn on your phone, turn on a Mary Kay In Touch video. You know, when you're cooking dinner with your kids, put in that CD, even if it's playing in the background. I remember I used to always play Kathy Halou cassettes in my car.
Yeah, remember
and
that?
My kids would go, oh my gosh, it's the Munchkin, because she talks with a really high voice like this. And they would go, it's the Munchkin. I'm like, yeah, you know. So I just, that was kind of fun. But my kids, they knew I was going to be listening to Mary Kay all the time. But I do want to just kind of give some more guidance on the mind shift. You know, part of what you're doing is you're allowing them to go back to day one, because it's going to be there forever. So, and the fact that you say don't skip days, it's kind of like when this company sent out the videos about the Great Start. They said, watch me first, watch me second, watch me third. And I wanted to say dot, 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 you dummy. Because we want to jump ahead without doing the work and understanding what came before. And some of what you're doing is brain work. It's not just work, it's brain work, it's heart work. It's really pushing us to think outside the box and to take that girdle off our brain.
And we might, so the beauty, I'm glad you said that, and I just would love to invite everybody, if you have some kind of concern or you're resisting it, I just want to encourage you to stop it.
Where's my stop sign?
That actually is a funny show. If you've never seen Bob Newhart, you should Google Bob Newhart, because it's all about a woman that has all these problems, and he just says, stop it. And that's his advice. And he was a therapist. If you're a young person, you don't know who Bob Newhart is, but go Google Bob Newhart, stop it, and you'll understand my reference. But I got to just tell you, I talk to so many people who say, yeah, but I'm going to be a director, or I'm going to be on the National Court of Sales. And then when we go right to a Power Start Plus, they haven't recognized, because I do it. I can say that they haven't recognized, because I'm still 22 years. I've done so much work on mind shift and stuff, but I still recognize in my own head when I say, ooh, I haven't had a 3-party week in 2 months. I haven't had 10 party. Like, I'll catch myself. But if you're not even aware of it, that's why it's not happening. So I actually have something I was going to share today. And I have a really cool little, like, I love coffee, and maybe you've seen coffee being made. But, when you were talking earlier, 2 things you said earlier. Number one is you have your goal behind your computer so you can always see Hawaii. Well, that's so powerful. And so what I just want to encourage every single person to check out my 21-day mind shift, because shift happens if you make the change. And the thing is, I'm given a lot of stuff, and it's I'm getting so much more out of it because I'm teaching it. So, like, it's not that this isn't going to just go away. But when we actually look at our brain and we start to pay attention to what are we thinking in the brain. So think about this as this is sort of a funnel, right? And we make coffee from it. Or in it, excuse me. So we take our filter and we put the filter in the funnel, and we put the coffee, I love my Starbucks, okay? So we put it inside of the funnel, and then we pour or have the machine put the hot water through. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really love a good cup of coffee. It drips through. The coffee has a great aroma. It has a great strength. I put in my cream, and I can enjoy a cup of coffee. But what happens when you drink a cup of coffee, and then all of a sudden you're like, I got grounds all in my coffee. Like, that's not quite as enjoyable. When you've got coffee ground, it's not as enjoyable, is it? Now, you still have coffee, right? You still have coffee. But what if our brain, which is actually, this is a true thing about our brain is receiving, you can say water, but I'm going to say thoughts, constant stimuli. Constant stimuli is going into our brain. And it's our subconscious brain, actually. So constantly, we're seeing people who are succeeding in other companies. We're seeing people in Mary Kay that are making millions. We're seeing our husbands or men who have wives that stay at home, and they look happy, and they have dinner on the table, and the kids are perfect, and they're so happy, and they don't work. And then we're seeing the mom that is doing that and feeling like she has no purpose, and she's just Mr. Smith's wife, and her kids are not kind to her, and she's not really truly lit up about who she's created to be. So possibly with all of the stimuli we are receiving, this is actually in our brain called focus. We actually have a name called reticular activating system. So if you might be sort of like, this is sort of getting interesting, check out my 21-day I'm going to be doing a little bit more today on it, but the reason that you might be getting coffee with grounds is because, oh my gosh, my filter had a hole in it. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, what's happening is all of this stimuli is entering your brain, but when you don't know what you are after, you're going to get things that you don't want, that you don't even realize you've invited into your brain. You've invited into your life. Now, why would I even bring that up? Because I really love that you gold medal, because I want a gold medal this month. But what I didn't recognize until I stopped myself and realized, oh my gosh, guess what I had in my thought that had a hole in my filter? I had a thought that I haven't succeeded with a gold medal in over 8 years. So why would I be able to do it again? Now that is not a really good thought, is it, ladies? But it was a hole in my filter. So it happens to all of us at every single level. But if this is sort of like, I don't want holes in my filter. I want to be able to attract people that actually show up to new consultant orientation, or I want to attract people that show up to their appointment, and I want to attract people that actually purchase the product because they're not broke. Guess what? You might have a hole in your filter. Yeah, you're getting customers that are people to try Mary Kay, but you got a big old hole, and you don't even realize that you're attracting people that ain't got no money, ain't got no vision, ain't got no worth ethic. So if you're sort of thinking, I'm so sick and tired of having coffee that has grounds because it gets in my teeth and then it bothers me, and then then I smile and I got black stuff, then it might be time for you to join me on the 21-day mind shift.
Wow. You make me want to go back and start all over again. So I wanted to encourage you guys, and if you have some recreational time in the next couple of weeks, my husband felt sorry for me last night because he left town this morning for 4 days, so he let me pick the movie we were going to rent. And I have to tell you, before I even tell you what it is, there is some nudity and there is some profanity, and there are some ethics in there I don't agree with. But the theme of the movie was amazing, and you have to watch it to the end. I wish they would come out with a TV form, but it's called I Feel Pretty. And
that's with Amy.
Yes. And it's all about confidence. It's amazing. It's just, and the whole time, Andy's like, that's you. You do that. I was like, so it was good for both of us to watch, because at the end, I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but at the end, it's a feel-good movie, so it ends pretty good. But, the audience realizes about halfway through the movie, she hasn't changed. It's her confidence. She's just like, I am beautiful. I am sexy. I am hot. Look at me. I am gorgeous. And so she starts thinking, walking, talking, and dressing at the level of the people that she's always said, I wish I could be like them. And it centers around a cosmetic company. So it's really good.
And some people think that confidence is, it takes a long time to develop. It actually is a skill. And if you're not affirming who you are, and some of us, we don't understand coming into network marketing this is not a job in corporate America. This is not you check in at 9 in the morning, get out at 5, and you get your paycheck. In our industry, and this isn't just Mary Kay, this is any network marketing. But the thing is, you must put in more time up front to get your mind in a confident place and to get your skill up front. But I remember you told me, memorize these scripts for Power Start, memorize these scripts for the 4-point recruiting plan, memorize these scripts because they'll never change. Even though times change, the scripts will always work. And it's true, I do review, don't get me wrong, but I still got it. And so it's less work down the road, but it takes more in the front part to get your mind set and your confidence. And you can do it. You just have to follow some of the guidelines, which I do in the hotline challenge or the challenge.
And those scripts that David Cooper had us memorize, gosh, I was in Fayetteville, so that was 22 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, those scripts he had us memorize, I still use those today. They roll off my tongue because he said for 13 days, you're going to do these scripts 3 times a day looking in the mirror. And I was like, I paid money for this workshop. I'm doing what he told us to do. And to this day, you know, are you as excited about everything our hostesses can win as I think you are? You know, some hostesses get so excited that they want to have 2 parties so they earn twice as much. Which is better for you, to host as 2 parties and earn twice as much, or is one really what you had in mind today? Whichever you'd like to do is fine with me. Duh. Okay, next, I want to move on. I want to talk real quick about leadership. Because you guys, leadership, another reason to wear your lei and have beachy hair, leadership is going to be in San Diego this year. Who lives in San Diego? Who do I know in San Diego? Some girl, she's blonde. Andrea lives in San Diego. So she is planning so many cool things. Andrea, give them the rundown.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, first of all, we got to go to the beach. If you want to surf, I can't wait. We'll go surfing. But what about just walking in the Torrey Pines? The PGA biggest golfing thing in the world is PGA Torrey Pines. And I can't wait to take you to my favorite acai location, Senor Mango's. We might even go and have cocktails over, you know, as the sun is setting over the bay. And, I want to go to Mitch's Seafood because they've got great deals on great.
Andrea is all about the food.
I'm all about the food. And we like to have a little bit of fun at night, too.
Yeah. And what we're planning on doing is coming in, we'll schedule it based on what everybody can do, but going in a day early or maybe staying a day late and really making an experience out of it. I've had a couple people say, can I invite my man? You certainly can. I will not be inviting mine. I took my husband to leadership years ago in Atlanta, and he said, you need this time with your girls. You need this girlfriend time. So that's just how I've always been. And I said, when I make national, he can start coming to stuff with me. But, you know, I just want you guys to focus on how do you get to leadership. So right now, from now until December 31st, the DIQ rules are staying the same. You go in with 8. You don't have to be a star consultant before you go in. You don't have to meet all the qualified. It's a very simple and very easy way to go into DIQ. Then if you do it in 3 months, it's less production, and it's the same amount of people, 24 people. But of course, I would want you to focus on 30 to be strong. But when you finish, then you will get an invitation to go to leadership. Now, here's the deal. We know DIQ rules are changing January 1st. So if you want to do this going in with 8, let's do it now.
Yep.
Some of y'all have been putting this off for a year now. When they came out with these rules, you're like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I know life happens. Life happens to me. Life happens to Andrea. She's dealing with the kids side of the life. I'm dealing with the parent side of the life. We all have stuff. We all have reasons we can and cannot work. But choose to get your 8 and go for it. And I want to tell you guys something else too. Everything you need is on In Touch. Everything you need is on our Facebook page. Everything you need is on mine and Andrea's websites. You have no reason to wait. This is your time. Kids are going back to school. This is your time. Now, next thing I want to tell you guys is, and I don't want you to hold off becoming a director and building your team and growing your sphere of influence, but they are going to allow DIQs to go to leadership this year. So if you go into DIQ in November, December, or January 1st, you will be invited to go to leadership as well. But let me tell you what, it will be so much better if you go as a director. And just a little side note, I finished DIQ the year I finished directorship in December. Andrea, what month did you finish?
DIQ?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on now. February, at the end of February.
Okay, I finished in December. Everybody said, oh my gosh, everybody's going to be baking cookies. You can't do it. You can't do this during the holidays. I finished in December. Andrea finished in February. That means she was in DIQ from Thanksgiving on, okay, till she finished. So don't make up any excuses. Do it, do it, do it. I recruited those 5 people and potentially 3 more. I recruited them the last 5 days of the month. Don't say I'll wait till next month. It's already the 5th of August. I haven't done anything. Are you kidding me? You could basically invite 3 people to hold parties for you right now, and then book from those bookings and book from those bookings and book from those bookings, and you've got a business. I recently talked to one of my brand new team members. She is very young, but she's 21 going on 40. And I said, Sarah, I just want to ask you, what do you think is going to hold you back from being successful in this business? And she goes, people, because people will let you down. And I go, and how do you know that? She goes, because of my girlfriends. People cancel on you. They change their mind. They say they're going to do something and they don't. And that's her generation, very much her generation. And I said, okay. And she goes, I go, can you handle that? And she goes, of course I can handle it. It happens all the time. The wisdom from a child. Okay, real quick, Andrea, let's jump to recognition before we run out of time. Andrea has pictures of her peeps. I don't have pictures of my peeps, so I'm going to let her pull up her pictures. But Stephanie Nardi, I'm so excited. She already submitted her weekly accomplishment sheet that for the week ending today. I put it on Facebook. She had a $421 week. And also for last week, Eugenia Boyd, Alice Flowers, Kathy Phillips, Vicki Starrock, Joan Teal all submitted for the weekend in July 29th.
Woo! Wait a minute. This is the gorgeous Stephanie.
There's Stephanie. She did over $400 this past week. And then Maggie Lardy, and all I have of Maggie is still her wedding picture.
Look how pretty she is.
Maggie had a $664 week. You guys, you have no idea what a stretch this is, this little cute blonde princess. I'm so proud of her. And of course, everybody who submitted their weekly accomplishment sheets, that is huge. That is discipline. And if you submitted also for the month your monthly perfect star contest, that's awesome too. Okay, Andrea, who would you like to brag on?
Yeah, but where are my pictures? I sent them. Okay, so now I've got to, hold on. I want to brag on a couple people, but now I can't see their pictures. They were all attached.
They were in my email.
I sent them. I'm on 2 different computers, so I can't. Okay, let's see if I can find them from here. I know what I'm going to do. We're going to start with our Christine McKnight, because let's see if it types in. There we go. Christine McKnight. Let me tell you about this chickie. She was the only consultant to turn in her July tracking sheet. Woo woo. So I was super proud of her. Not only did she do and turn in her, so she did a 600 in the month of July and earned her hold the key, but so did Tyann, and Tyann completed her weekly accomplishment sheet this last Sunday. She had a $635, there's Miss Tyann right here, $635 party. I want to brag on Stacy Swallows.
Yay!
So I'm so excited to have received her weekly accomplishment sheet. Let's see a picture of her. She hasn't been on for a while, so it's exciting. Here's Miss Stacy. There's her baby. But Miss Stacy is right here, and they have a new home in North Carolina, so we haven't heard from her for a while, but I think she's popping back on the scene.
Love it. Love it.
And of course, Miss Antoinette. I had all these pictures pulled up already, but since my computer is different. So
I think this works great. Everybody can see them.
So this is Miss Gorgeous Antoinette. She's on the Christine McKnight team. She turned in her weekly accomplishment sheet and had a $125 facial. So woo, way to go, girl.
Love it.
So excited. I think I got everybody. Oh, of course. No. Let me make sure. One more person. I want to talk about Renee. I didn't necessarily get her weekly accomplishment sheet, but she has spoken with me. We had a wonderful post-seminar chat, and this is her with her little girl, Adora. She said, you know what, Andrea, I really do want to be at San Diego. To be a DIQ and to be a director is huge, and San Diego leadership just got her. And so I said, well, How do you feel about some of your skills, and would you be willing to do an accountability? She said, okay, I will, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And she did all last week, was accountable. She even told me she went out one day, had 5 new contacts. She had a double facial yesterday. I'm still excited to hear how that goes. But y'all, that takes a lot of courage. I remember when Joanna told me that she said, if you really want to do something with this business, you're going to have to do a couple things. But the 2 main things is, number one, you tell everyone around you what you're going for.
Yeah.
And you tell them, I need you to ask me how I'm doing in the next 3 to 5, 6 months. Every time you see me, how you doing? How you doing on that goal? And I really had times where I wanted to be a weenie. I wanted to give up. I didn't want to have to answer to anybody. But because of Joanna making me tell everybody, when I would run into somebody and say, hey, how you doing with that, earning that Mary Kay car? I would say, that's coming. It's going to be this month. And I would get home and go, holy moly, I've got no activity. Okay. And I'd have a come to Jesus moment. And I would really go through that emotional cycle that we teach new consultants, and I would get back on track. And I thank them so much. I thank them for being that accountability for me, because there were times when it's easy to get yourself off the hook.
Oh, yeah.
So Renee, I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Okay, well, we've got so many things we want to talk to you guys about. One of the things I'd love for y'all to do is to go and look on In Touch for the seminar star prizes that are coming. Because Andrea, Christine, myself, who else? Joan, Kathy, so many people earn those Kate Spade bags this year. And I meant to bring mine, but I'll show it Tuesday night when we do Talk to You Tuesday. But those bags are just gorgeous. I've already had so many compliments on my pink Kate Spade bag, and they're all beautiful. And you get all these double credits and stuff. So be aware of the rules. Your director should not have to call you and tell you what the rules are. Okay, go and look it up, look up the star rules, and know what they are and track it.
It's in your newsletter. I have it in my newsletter.
Okay, I just put another tracking form on our Facebook page. So, and if you're not on Facebook, you are missing out. Okay, all right, so we're going to move on. Very last thing I want us to hit on is, excuse me, is that you guys, when you are looking at your business and you are looking at where you want to be at the end of August, at the end of September, hopefully a star consultant for the first quarter, focusing on earning your car by Christmas, being a director by Christmas, or making $5,000 by Christmas, whatever your goal is. I want you guys to really be thinking about what is your why. And what is going to get you out of bed every morning, and what is going to set your hair on fire to get you to go to work. Because, you know, Andrea and I, myself and Paula, we all lead a volunteer army. And we can't force you to get out on the battlefield. We can't force you to pick up your weapons and go. But what we can do is we can give you the tools to our best of our ability. Mary Kay gives you the tools to the better Talk to Me Tuesday. And that's really going to be more of a coaching video. So it's going to be the same time we've always had Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. But I want you guys to know everyone's invited in August. But in September, it will be based on who turns in their weekly accomplishment sheets and their perfect star tracking sheet. So, you know, it's that accountability. And sometimes we're so rebellious to that. But I just want to let you know that, you know, when we went to seminar, we saw new directors in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and older debuting on stage. And believe me, they had a lot of reasons why they shouldn't have been there. But you better believe they were so glad they were. And they were so glad they did it. And the fact that we heard the story of our Queen of Sharing, who her mother is a national, but she says, I swear I didn't help her a bit. And what were her numbers, Andrea? She signed her agreement the day she turned 18, which was last August.
Last August. Then 7 days later, she finished her car, her Chevy Cruze. 3 months later, she became a sales director. 3 months after that, her unit earned the pink Cadillac. And she personally had taken the lead and added personal team members. Within 6 months, her unit achieved the $550,000 unit of achievement, and she was the Queen of Sharing. And here's what I just want to tell you guys. She's 18, not even 19. Like later this month, she'll be 19. But her income from being a $500,000 director as an 18-year-old girl, not even the free $54,000 Mary Kay pink Cadillac, her income's going to be close to 6 figures.
Yeah.
That's the exciting thing about what our business can do. And I've seen women do it on part-time hours.
Mm-hmm.
So here she was, 6 months. So her dream and her goal this year, without batting an eye, she said, we're doing prestige. It's 850,000, and she's going to be finishing her national area. So, talk about shifting your mind. You've got to be surrounding yourself with your pink bubble if you want to move forward. Can I share my thought to close my
yes, and then we'll let you guys go, but don't forget that Tuesday night is Talk to Me Tuesday, 8 Eastern Standard Time. Get on Zoom. We'll put the link on Facebook, but it's the same link we've had for Monday night calls.
And just to share, like, why we're calling this Monday Moving and Grooving, we're working with those who are moving. This isn't a competition. So if you feel like, hey, I had a win, I got up on time, I got a win today because I put on my Mary Kay face, that we want you to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going back to what I'm teaching on my 21 day is, if you're not celebrating those big achievements, then, or even the little achievements, let me put it that way. If you're waiting for a result, you will not make it in this business. And if you've been frustrated for way too long, it's because you are waiting to celebrate the result instead of celebrating the activity, and then asking yourself, how can I think bigger? So you really might want to check out what we've got going on. But I want to tell you, I do have a video that we're going to post, and we're going to be talking this month about seminar and all the speeches. And today we're going to just highlight Candace Doverspike. I knew Candace when she came to Hawaii. I first met her. She was my guest speaker. And so now she was the #1 in the company last year. She was $1 Million Director again this year, but her speech is pretty amazing. So I encourage you to watch that, and we're going to post it at the Shite Facebook. But my takeaway, quite honestly, because I have allowed my mind to shift in a negative place. I've allowed myself to say, my husband has a great job. Why do I need this? Why do I have to work? I don't have to work. I can just be go to lunch every day, kind of, and guess what? I started to do that, and I stopped working, and I did put my family ahead of where I needed to be. And I felt like crap when I went to my Mary Kay things. I'll honestly tell you. So you can think that the pink bubble is, you can be cynical and you can be whatever, or you can snap out of it and you can say, I'm going to be too dumb to doubt. Because when you're in your pink bubble and you see people on that stage, then you really say to yourself, I should be up here. I know myself better. And Candace talks about when you know what you're capable of and then you start working lower. It doesn't feel good, you guys. And that's where we want to shift you, all of you, to have the victories and the win and be an example for Joanna. She has truly, truly paved the way. And we thank you for your example. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you.
I can't wait to see you in a week and a half.
It's going to be awesome. And I can't wait for everybody to be in San Diego, because it's truly, what are you allowing? Be too dumb to doubt, as Daisha Wiegand. She was 22, started her business, became a national at 25. And she just said, I was too dumb to doubt. Well, guess what? Everybody who she thought, or people thought, would laugh at her, she didn't care. She just said, I can have the life of my dreams. That's all that matters. And y'all, if that's going to give you the finances and the peace and the confidence, why not try? Why not block out all of that? Get your funnel, okay? Start paying attention. Do you have a big old hole? Put my tongue in it. Or are you actually getting exactly what you want because you're filtering out the crap and you're having the most savory, most amazing $1 million experience ever?
Love it. Talk to y'all on Tuesday.
Bye-bye. My computer's freezing. It's freezing up. Hold on. I can't stop it. There. Let me go up here.